once again, this time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seats. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw.
Good Monday morning, Southern Fried Podcast fans and all you people out there in Cornbread Nation. Yeah, breadheads. We are here this morning and we are all excited to be here. I know Dave's excited to be here.
Happy Monday. I was just over telling the Instagram folks good morning, hello. For when they pop in, they'll start popping in any second now. And I was just giving them a good morning. It's Monday after the holiday. Sort of a lot of themes about that. One of the things I said today is, when you go to work, remember your boss, it's Monday for him too, or her. Oh. And just meaning that they're going through the same feelings. So even though they might seem a little extra edgy today, it's Monday for them too.
Oh my goodness! And you're the one that goes in there all Monday. It's Monday, yeah.
I know, yeah.
That's what you get.
Well, good morning. How is Robert?
Robert is fine. Robert's going to do a quick shout out. What do you think about that? Because it's Monday and because of all of our fans out there, today we're going to highlight Coolville, Ohio. Y'all are so cool. Y'all could live in Coolville. Coolville, Ohio, population 452. There's only 452 people live in Coolville, Ohio. It's right on the bank of the west bank of the Hocking River. So, big shout out to all of our people out there in Coolville, Ohio. Salute. We love you.
And a cold morning it probably is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm betting it is cold. With the water coming in off that river, you know it's cold. Ugh.
Hey, Rob, would write this down. It's some letters and numbers while I read it off, if you don't mind. And I just want to put this out there for folks that watch the show and have seen us, and I'm going to try to reach out today. Our good friend Backwoods Cryptids, Greg Smith, he's in a desperate need. Doesn't matter what it is. He's having some financial distress, and he put this out there yesterday, and he just needs help to get through to. And his wife is pregnant. Anyway, he said, in desperate need of some help here. My pregnant wife and I are not going to make it to Thursday financially. We need help. Here's a cash out for you. Of course, the cash sign, GSMITH 51984. That is his cash out. We're going to put that on the screen. I'll get Robert to do that in a second. I just ran out of time. I just saw it this morning. I'll reach out as well. But our Backwoods Cryptids friend, he's in some help need. I know, hey, send $5. There's no capital letters in it. It's just GSMITH 51984. Gregory Smith is his name. And I'll put this on the screen. I mean, you can see that what I'm saying is from his Facebook page, and he's put that out there. I'll reach out today as well. I just want, if anybody wants to help, send them a couple of bucks. We can all do something, and we'll announce that on today and tonight, and hey, sometimes I've been there, brother. I've been there where you just need a little bit, and sometimes through the holidays, some of the meal workers, they don't work too much, and he works. I mean, he's not lazy by no means. He works. It's just it can be tough, and I know how it is. I've been there. Sometimes just having enough money to get back and forth to work, can be, or having a little food on the table. You're scratching and clawing, and I've been there. So, I'm going to reach out, and for us, Rob, I'll send something, and but if folks want to help, Spread the love. I do want to say there is another one, and I'm going to get you. I've got to get the information on it, but I'm going to give you the website. There's a guy that listened to Scott Kesterson. I've listened to his program a lot over the last year or two, and I've been away from it just a little bit. Been busy myself with my own, and he has one called Bards FM. Bards of War is what that stands for, and he's a good Christian fellow from. You've heard me talk about him and his stories about his cattle and stuff out in Oregon. They are helping the folks in Western North Carolina in a big way. They've already sent up they did a fundraiser. They sent up a whole trailer load of coats. They even had to raise some money because the trailer got hit on the way and was damaged. But they got this up to a small local business up there that's distributing these jackets and coats for the kids and anybody else. It's getting cold up there and the snow's falling. They've got a new fundraiser going. They're trying to, what they have is they have an Amazon wish list, and they have just gathered all these things to help. It's got a little bit of everything. It goes in a box. And I don't know, and I'd have to research this, Rob, but this is what Scott said. Scott said that they noticed that a lot of the Samaritan's Purse Christmas boxes and stuff were going overseas. And they said they don't see a lot of anything like this, or if it is, it's very small. They're just not seeing it on the ground there. But they're trying to do their part. Not against anybody else. We're trying to do their part. They're trying to get enough to do 200. I think it's a little over 200 boxes. Anyway, I'll get the it's Bards FM, but I'm gonna get the link put up for tonight. It's and you can go in there and you can pick. There's very cheap stuff on there. I mean, you can buy something for $1 or $2. And they're committed to packing these out and getting them delivered. So Christmas is a coming. So he really put the push on this. It was a Saturday show, and he only was on for a little bit of time. He said, "I got to go take care of the cattle." He said about 21 minutes. I listened to his show, but he said, "We're going to do it." And so Rob, I just want to put that out there. This is a way, and I know these folks. I mean, I know the work they've done in fundraising and stuff and helping people. But you can go on there and you can do that. It has their own link. I'll give you the link to their website. They're on Podbean like we are, much bigger than we are, but they're on Podbean as well. That's what they base their show out of. And they have a link on there. They also have, they have a website, but anyway, it's Bards FM, Scott Kesterson. I'm going to get that information up tonight. But Rob, you know what? It really broke my heart when I thought about it. And there's a guy on there that he played an audio. He's audio most of the time only. He is on Brothion TV, and so you can see him sometimes. And he's on with a couple of ladies you've heard me talk about, Rob, called the Resistance Chicks, and they also have a show. They do multiple shows a week, and they're good Christian folks. But Scott is pretty ex-military. He did a war documentary which I watched, which it's on YouTube. I need to get that up there. He was embedded with some Canadian troops in Iraq, and as well as a reporter later. Just was able to film, and really liked the guy. But I was going to say something. I done lost my train of thought, but I'll get the information for you. Oh, I know what it was. He played an audio of a guy that's upset up in North Carolina that called out the governor and said they're frustrated. They think the money needs to be better accounted for because there's a lot of help that they're not reporting some things about how many people are displaced. He used a number called, this is crazy, but 126,000 people displaced. That's just in their area, 126,000 people. I want to hear it again. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I want to get the audio. It's on his Saturday show. I'm going to go pull that again. But they're frustrated with their governor a little bit up there, and want a better accounting of some stuff and some help to get rolled in. And I understand that people are frustrated, Rob.
Yeah.
This is, and I told you I talked to Chad, who's going to come on the show, the pastor. And I asked him if they got the help, some help up to the pastor up there. And he said, yes, we did. We're going to be ongoing help. His house is just down to the spine. Like everything else was gone. He's lost everything. He was on the list for FEMA, got kicked off, which I hear is common, reapplied, takes some time here. All these folks in, trials and tribulations that they're having. He got back on the list. He's going to get some help. It's about a third of what he needs. It's never everything you need. So, this is a pastor up there that lost everything. Of course, insurance not going to cover anything because they say, well, it's flood damage. But, you don't have coverage for that. I mean, nobody ever thought they'd need flood, coverage or whatever. Anyway, these are just examples of the overall need. It's not that their need is greater than anybody else's, but Rob, that need is out there. And, just don't want to lose that. I just don't want. I wouldn't want to lose that focus. It's easy to do that. We get busy and caught up in life again. This need is still very great, and I'm not saying it's not in other states. I get a copy of the James magazine. This is not the issue it came out of, but I've talked about this before. But the James magazine, which I get sent to me, which is a Georgia state level magazine, a lot of interesting articles. There was a Georgia Power ad in the latest issue, which I have in my bag. I don't have it here. I'll have to show that tonight. And it said that this last hurricane, for Georgia Power, this is for them, for Georgia Power, more damage than they've ever suffered with any other storm. I did not know that, Rob. This is them saying it, not me. They put an ad in the James, and they're just talking about how they were thinking they're all the workers that are committed to getting power back up. But they said this storm caused more damage for them, for Georgia Power, than it had at any other storm. I thought that was incredible. We the eastern part of the state, by and large, was spared, but the western part of the state, or the eastern got hammered, the western was spared. And over near Augusta and stuff, Rob, they got hit hard. I mean, bad. And we're getting the poles back up and getting power restored, but this wasn't something that was going to be fixed overnight, and it's going to take some time, as we know. But there's folks, I'm sure, Rob, still don't have power. They're living in tents in North Carolina. I know this. Many people have reported on it. There are people living in tents. And I can't imagine living in the temperatures and all that they're getting to, so people are trying to get, sleeping bags, really thick sleeping bags and stuff like that up to some of these folks. And what Chad said, he said another problem, we talked about it a lot, was getting into the places. He said there's one way in, and it's not it's overcrowded because there's so many people in and out. But he said where this pastor lives, there's one road that when you finally get down to somewhere, I don't know how far it is away from where he lives, there's one road in and one road out. And it's not the best road, but that's how they get in. But that's what he told me. So anyway, Rob, my heart just goes out this morning as I think about fellow Americans. And then, Rob, we're going to just pivot here real quick, and I'm going to let you take the floor here because, old Joe, and I'm pretty fired up. I was fired up last night, the pardon of his boy. And in one of the articles I seen, he had a quote among many about how he said he would never do this, but he stepped in, Rob, because he said it wasn't fair how they came after him. It's because of Joe. They came after Hunter, and he said enough is enough. That's going to be my theme this week. Enough is enough. Well, Rob, there's enough of people in North Carolina not getting the help they need, and Americans not getting relief on grocery prices and inflation. There's enough is enough. That's a good quote. I'm going to use it this week. Thanks, Joe. You can leave now. We're done with you. Good grief, Rob. It burns me up. Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute.
I'd like to back up on the North Carolina, what's going on at the disaster.
Go ahead.
We need to keep these people in our prayers. We can't speed the government up. The government's going to do what it's going to do, and they need to be sped up. These people have been waiting long enough. Like you said, enough's enough. Get the help people need. Get the help these people need. Quit lollygagging around. There's no reason for these people to be living in tents while it's snowing because the federal government wants to drag its huge butt. Come on. Quit dragging butt. Let's get up there and let's get these people the help they need.
Amen.
Period. And we need to pray for that. And let's keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, as far as Biden pardoning his son, and he went through and said, it's because, he was targeted because of me. I mean, this is a grown man making his own decisions, but he was targeted because of me. People don't get charged for stuff like this. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Every day. I mean, how many federal charges alone could this guy have? God, it just burns me up.
And here we go. He was being selectively and unfairly prosecuted. All right?
Okay.
If he's going to pardon Hunter, he needs to pardon Trump. Trump's been fairly and selectively prosecuted throughout the last 8 years, 10 years? Come on.
Absolutely,
Come
man.
on, man.
Come on, man.
Enough. Pardon
Enough's
Trump.
enough.
Pardon Trump too.
Yeah.
If you're going to pardon him, you need to pardon Trump.
Where some of the J6ers, and some might say all, but it's certainly these grandmas and stuff that, he's going to take care of. These grandmas and stuff they came after that just was walking around. They knew nothing to nobody. You know, they went after, they tried to destroy these people, and they're still trying to do it. Man, it just burns me up, man. That we knew it was coming, but listen, president's pardon. But it was the comments that made me mad. I don't like the fact that he's going to skate out of this completely free, but we knew that was coming. But the comments made me mad. Like, because he's a liar again. Once again, he's a liar. And he's going to back up and support his lies by saying it's unfair prosecution, which, Rob, you're right. That is absolutely what we've dealt with. And not just on Trump. Think about all this. That was I went on a rant last night during the news desk. It just ticked me off live. I saw that live on air. It wasn't a great time to see that, but I'm going to have to clip that out. You're going to enjoy it. But think about people that were drug out of their homes, Rob, drug out of their homes in the middle of the night with CNN. I don't care to say it. They were there in tow with the film crew, busting down doors, dragging people out in the middle of the night for the publicity of it. You know, wives in their gowns and stuff. Ripping, going through all their stuff, not to mention Melania's underwear and stuff when they went down to Mar-a-Lago. How many, it's enough is enough of this crap where they went in and they pulled Americans out and tried to destroy them, people like Roger Stone and his wife, and they suffered health-wise. And they're still battling this, Rob. It's not went away. They're still trying to destroy this man and others like him. Steve Bannon's of the world and all that they came after and put in jail. I mean, come on. Yeah, you're right, Joe. Enough is enough, and we've had enough. I'm fired up, Rob. It's Monday, and I'm fired up.
He said, and this is a quote, and this is off Fox, but this is a quote from Joe Biden. It says, there has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me. And there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough.
Yeah. Enough is enough, Joe. A lot of things. Enough is enough in Ukraine, Joe. Enough is enough.
Here you go. For my entire career, I have followed a simple principle. Just tell the American people the truth. They'll be very mindful. Here's the truth. I believe in the justice system. But as I wrestle with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process and led it to a miscarriage of justice. And once I made this decision this weekend, there was no sense in delaying it further. I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president would come to this decision. I do. I can understand that. I can understand how he came to that decision. But if you say you're going to put it up to the justice system and you're going to trust their decision, why are you going to back out? And he says there, he trusts them. Well, if you trust them, why are you going to do it?
Oh.
And way early.
The wicked web weave. At first we do deceive.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, it's going to get ugly as close as we get to the changeover day. It's going to get ugly. Now go ahead, Joe. You, your brother James, Hunter, the whole crime family. Enough is enough. Yeah, we've had enough. We vote with you. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
You can leave the island now. Oh my goodness. So sick, man. My ears just feel dirty after you reading all that, man. I don't know what it feels like in your mouth to have to say those words he said.
Well, you saw me taking my coffee and swishing it out.
I tell you, man, I was so fired up last night reading that. Oh my gosh. I mean, Americans have been screaming for justice and complaining about all this stuff. And, I just think about these grifters, man, and how they have gotten rich and fat off of these dirty backdoor deals. By the way, Joe's the big guy. He's big guy. We got the 10% for big guy. Oh, enough is enough, man. Zelensky's. By the way, Syria's in trouble. Their cities are being rolled over by other terror groups. Bashar Assad is in Russia. I think enough's enough for him. Maybe a little. And Zelensky, I hear his troops are fleeing by the droves from the front lines. He's complaining now that America didn't fully equip, only equipped 2 out of 10 brigades for him. $220 billion, folks, $220 billion, and the little dictator over there saying we didn't do enough. Enough is enough of you, buddy. I'm tired of you too. I've been tired of you. Now he says he's willing to negotiate peace. He's going to have to cede some land. You think? Yeah. You think? You're not going to be able to push Russia back anymore. All you're is a stalemate. It's a slog, and troops are dying by the droves on both sides. Enough is enough of this mess, too. Good Lord. Yeah. President Trump, please hurry. We need him to get here quickly. Enough is enough.
Now, I was hearing this morning, and I can't find it, that the time period on this pardon is huge.
It is huge. The timing is on purpose. It's an odd time, but there's purpose behind it.
Yeah. It's for like 10 years. If I understand it correctly, or if I heard it correctly, that was earlier. But 10 years, come on. Anything he may have done or may not have done, anything, he's pardoned. He's clear. He's got a 10-year gap right there that he's clear for.
Well, that's about how long this has been going on, Rob. I mean, think about it.
A lot longer than that.
Well, for them, yeah. But if you go back and you look, I mean, it was during, it was back during the Obama-Biden administration. A lot of this goes back to, and so it does cover a time frame. But I was thinking probably more like 12 years, could be longer. But by the way, if they're going to name it, they know exactly what they're afraid of and the time frame they're afraid of what's come out.
They're afraid to come back on Joe.
Well, sure. Joe probably, we don't wish anybody bad, but Joe probably don't have 10 years. But, clearing everything out for Jill and everything else, and making sure they're all good and fat and sassy and everything else as far as what's going on in their life and their world. But good grief. It's just amazing to me. And I get it. They're going to wordsmith these things and craft these things the way to make it sound like they're the victim and everything. That's what makes me mad. The victim is American citizen. The victim is the American citizen. The taxpayers of America. The law-abiding citizens of this nation. That's the victim.
Also on Fox, they got a response from Trump on this whole thing. And he brings that out. He says, does the pardon given by Joe to Hunter include the J6 hostages who have now been imprisoned for years? Such abuse and miscarriage of justice. I mean, enough's enough.
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. I think there's going to be a broad sweep of pardon. I don't know that everybody will get on that. There was some characters who, whether they were provoked or not, they did damage that day. They're probably going to be some. It's probably not going to cover them. I'm just guessing. This is a total guess by me. I have no idea, but I think there will be the majority of them are going to probably pardon first day. There were grandmas that were hoping, praying he would get elected. Because they were facing, 12-year prison sentences. And they, just their families are, and they didn't do anything. Well, they didn't do nothing. They did nothing. They were welcomed in. Walk around, check it out. And they talked to people. There was no, they just walked in. They were there for minutes and walked out and went home. And now, they come back to them and they throw out, and what they did is they come in. This is what they did. They would come in and they would, of course, they'd throw out, they'd throw a lot of stuff at you and scare you, and tell you, you were facing, 30 years in prison or something like that. And they got some of them to, plea out and take time as well. They wear on you financially. You can't, who can afford an everyday citizen, conservative citizen, who can afford to stand up to all the legal battles that they have? And, some of these folks even, and I want to tell you, if you go and look, I'll add another one to enough is enough. I want the treatment of the J6ers in prison, how they've been denied rights and stuff. And this has been reported on by U.S. senators that have went in and seen them. And by themselves as also when they've gotten able to get to a phone and get out, and they've called into podcasts and other news organizations and said, hey, this is what's going on here. These guys get together and, you know, they're very patriotic. They pray. They sing all the patriotic songs and stuff. They read their Bible, but they're denied some health care. They're denied some of the religious activities they should be allowed to have. They're under lockdown most of the time. These are some of the ones in the Capitol Prison. It's ugly. You can go on Marjorie Taylor Greene's website and read about their visit there. And they had cleaned it up some for that visit. She had to fight to get that right, her and other senators that went in. And sadly, a majority of them has never even, you know, reached out and tried to do anything. Think about that. The majority. Just heartless, you know.
Well,
these are the very people that voted for him, you know.
Yeah, but you know, and now Trump's I think Trump will take care of that whole issue there.
I believe so. I think that's coming.
If they denied rights, they have the right to sue, and I bet they win it.
And I hope that he uses that phrase "enough is enough" as he's signing it. Yeah. I hope he does. And it won't be on a Sunday night, Joe. It won't be on a Sunday night. It's going to be during the morning time with all the press there. It's going to be up for the whole world to see, Joe. Not going to be in the dead of the night on a Sunday night that you bring up your pardon. Okay, we got it. But I heard the timing of it has some timing too. I don't remember where I read it. I was reading late last night. I told my group there'll be a lot more that'll be coming out about that today as people examine this a little more. It's very odd timing, but there's purpose behind the timing. But happy Monday.
December the 16th was when he was supposed to be sentenced. So this is 2 weeks before he's supposed to be sentenced.
Happy Monday.
Another thing that Trump said, and here's something that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed this. Because Hunter's like 54, right?
I can't remember exactly. That sounds about right.
He says, I'll bet you the father probably pardons him. Let's see what happens. But he's a bad boy. He wouldn't even call him a man. He just called him a boy. He's a bad boy. Oh, not like that. But, you know.
A bad boy who was still representing him as big guy. The 10%. Oh, yeah. Enough's enough.
Yeah. You know, they need to tie all this stuff together. You know, Trump is not going to pursue this when he gets in office. I don't think he will. He may. I don't think he will, because it would be bad for the country. It would be the same thing doing to them as what's been done to him. Now, I think he has every right to do that. He has every right to expose whatever. But at some point in time, we've got to lay aside some of this stuff. Now, the Democrats won't do that. They didn't do that. And we could play by the same rules and go after them. You know, and maybe we should. I mean, maybe that whole thing should be exposed from the ground up. To show what people are voting for. But the Democrats won't care. They won't care if it's exposed. They just don't care about that unless it's the other person. You know, they don't want to see that kind of stuff in themselves. But here's a big part of it right here. Enough is enough.
Yeah. We're gonna be talking more about that. Let's run a quick commercial, Rob. I want to get Lane Funeral Homes in for them and give you a chance to refill your coffee.
Yep.
And go to the restroom. We'll be right back, folks. We're fired up on a Monday here at the Southern Fried Podcast Morning Show. Let us hear from you this morning, too. We'll be back in a minute. The Southern Fried Podcast wants you to know that Lane Funeral Home, Southcrest Chapel, here in Rossville, Georgia, is going to be having a holiday open house, and you're invited. This open house will be Thursday, December 12th at 9 a.m. Also, light breakfast and door prizes will be available. Remember, you are not alone when moments matter the most. Lane Funeral Home, Southcrest Chapel at 833 Chickamauga Avenue, Rossville, Georgia. The telephone is listed there on the screen. Please plan to attend. The Southern Fried Podcast now has its own store. Go to sfplive.com/store. These links are also found on Facebook and X and some of the other social streams. You will find shirts and hats and mugs and bags and all kinds of items with many different designs. These are just but a few of the more than 250 items that we have with different designs. We hope you'll come and shop, support the podcast. Every dollar that is paid will go towards keeping the podcast growing, and we thank you for your support. sfplive.com/store. Go shop today and get that favorite person in your life their Southern Fried Podcast item, and it'll help us advertise the podcast as you wear these things or take these things out into the public. We thank you for your support. If you have any questions, email us at southernfriedpodcast@yahoo.com. We'll be glad to answer. We're running some specials as well, 20, 25, and even 30% off in some cases. This will eliminate the mailing charges for sure. So go to sfplive.com/store for your Southern Fried Podcast items today. Remember, Christmas is just around the corner. Thank you. Get back on stage here. Welcome back. Just a couple other ads here. Dubby is we're affiliated with Dubby Energy Drinks. I've got mine out this morning. When you use the promo code Southern Fried, you get 10% off. But I would wait till Tuesday if you do an order, because I think through today they're probably still doing their Black Friday specials for 40% off, and that would be Black Friday 2024. But they just use the initials BF 2024, and you'll get 40% off. But any other time, use Southern Fried, you'll get 10% off. Helps you, helps us support Dubby. Their sales are going crazy across the landscape. Some things they've been sold out of, so they've had to amp up production. Love Dubby. It's just no sugar added, and you can get the non-caffeinated too if you want that. But it's supposed to also help you with your focus of mind. Lord knows I need that. And then our affiliation with Mammoth Nation, using that QR code, you can become a supporter of Mammoth Nation, American products for American people with American values. We appreciate Mammoth Nation. I became a lifetime subscriber to them. I just went ahead and did the lifetime because for Black Friday, which probably runs through today, I think, I would double check, but they have a 50% off their lifetime, which is you can get it for as little as $5 a month, but they have a $125 special right now for lifetime. And I just went ahead and did that because I would spend that up of 2 years. But you're going to get that back in savings with all the discounts and stuff that many of their vendors give you for supporting them. And there's more coming on all the time. Mammoth Nation, proud here at the channel to be affiliated with Mammoth Nation. Then also you can give through our QR codes as well if you just want to give into us. And don't forget our store, which we ran the ad for. We got much more coming about the store soon. We're doing some things even right now. We'll be announcing some things soon. And then just a couple other folks. Don't forget our friends at Three Ravens Publishing, local folks here, and they have releases all the time. They've had some this weekend, and I got one of those for 99 cents. Go to their website, and you'll get to see some of those deals. They have Facebook and other, they're all over the place. They got a big Discord channel, but go check out Three Ravens Publishing. We appreciate them and their friendship been on the program and their friendship. And lastly, this morning, well, maybe one more, but we talk about Steve at Half Pine Forge. Go to his Rumble channel. He has a store as well. He comes in the channel a lot, has been a guest to the program. We like our friend Steve. He's been a fun addition to our shows and stuff, and we want to help him out. Give him a follow at his Rumble channel or his, I think he's got Facebook and X, and check out his store. You watch his videos, you'll want to buy something from him. He's a fun guy, good guy. He's a good American. We appreciate him.
He's almost as good looking as I am.
Almost. And then this morning, we mentioned it earlier, our friend Greg Smith at Backwoods Cryptids, he's having a little financial distress right now. His wife is pregnant. I'm going to get Rob to read it. We haven't got it up yet, but Rob, if you want to read off the cash out. They're just asking for a little help. It's a tough time. They need help now. not later, to try to get to Thursday. Some places don't work during the holiday as much, and they shut down even. And for whatever reason, it doesn't matter to me. Man says he needs help. That's all I need to hear. I'm gonna send him a few bucks. Go ahead.
G. Smith, 51984. That's G. Smith, 51984.
We'll get that up on the screen by tonight, and let's help Greg out. He, he's great folks. We had him on. They'll be back on, and he's a local guy, and here to my area, and he's a fun guy and good people, and just going through a tough time. I get it. I've been there, Rob. Been there, scraping, trying to figure out how you're going to make it.
Yeah. So,
just gas money in the vehicle or whatever else it is. No, they work. He's a worker. He's not asking for a handout. He's asking for a hand up. And we've all needed that before,
Yeah.
And I'm going to be, I've got to put together the program or my road trip to Spring City. There's things I didn't really get to expand on. Try to get that together today. I really want to highlight the church that I talked to up there. Bless those folks' heart. It's a great story. I've got a couple of videos of them. My phone was messing up. I didn't get a new phone this weekend. One of the videos got cut off. We had to start it again, but we did get it. But they are the New Beginning Church. They gave me a copy of their this pamphlet they made, and it's a great story. I mean, just a great story. There on 170 Church Street in Spring City, Tennessee, New Beginning Church. And I used to pastor New Beginning Baptist Church, and I saw that. I said, I got to pull in and talk to these folks. And I'm glad I did. They're a lot. They were just a blessing to talk to. And we're gonna talk a little bit about them and a little bit more about Piggly Wiggly and other things going on around that city. And we appreciate them. And you're gonna see more features like this. But appreciate those folks. It was just a fun time, Rob. Americans. Down home, real Americans, brother. Brother man, like Hulk would say.
So, brother man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
that was go ahead.
All right. It's the big story of the day. So I want to go back and talk about this a little bit. I think my favorite comment so far has been from James Comer, a Republican out of Kentucky. He was quick to move. This is off Fox, quick to respond to Biden's move to pardon his son by saying the president has lied from start to finish about his family's corrupt influence peddling activities. Not only has he falsely claimed that he never met with his son's foreign business associates and that his son did nothing wrong, he also lied when he said he would not pardon Hunter Biden. The charges Hunter faced were just the tip of the iceberg in the blatant corruption that President Biden and the Biden crime family have lied about to the American people. Now, that's a direct quote from Fox. That's not me saying that. But it does look like it. It looks like not only did he protect his son, he protected his entire family because of the time frame for which he covered there. It's like 10 years.
Yeah, it's a family operation. Yeah. Remember the crime families. It reminds me of like a Godfather, New York crime family kind of thing. Well, hey, guess what? Come on, man.
Come on, man. Say hello to my little friend.
Poor little Hunter. Poor Hunter.
Running out.
He's been so attacked. Oh, it's just not fair. Poor little Hunter. We feel so sorry for him. Not. Golly. And also, let me throw in here, I tell you, there's a lot going on, man. There's so much going on. Over the weekend, Kash Patel was announced as FBI director. They're questioning his. I read off their own website his bio, and they nowhere in there. They're trying to liken him. One of the Dems is trying to liken him to Joseph Stalin. Are you kidding me? I read on his bio off their own website all the flowing things they had to say about him and all that he had to do. But now they're saying he's not qualified. He's evil. He's I mean, are you kidding me? You're going to call an American citizen a Stalin? I mean, come on, man. We're going to touch on some of this tonight, Rob. We just don't have time this morning, but also and we're just hitting the highlights.
Yeah.
Over in Israel, they're trying to rush to do the victory lap, and dance and say they got a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza. They say no deal yet. That's the news this morning.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, we know some of those hostages are still alive because guess what? Hamas released a video of one of the really young, is a 20 years old or 21-year-old young man who was in tears. He's begging for his country, Israel, to do something, and his country, America. He's a dual citizen. He's begging Trump to get him out. One of his friends has already been released. This young man they're parading him for the world, and what they're trying to do is use him to back off Israel and stop, them going forward. What has America done to get their own American citizens released? Come on, Joe, enough is enough. Where's the American citizen? Where's the relief for them? I don't want a deal on anything unless I see American citizens walking down the steps of the airplane or whatever it is, how they get back to America or wherever they want to go. I think he wants to come to America. He's fed up. You know what? Enough is enough, Rob. Enough is enough.
It's not just our hostages. Get ours and Israel's hostages out. That's enough. They've used them for long enough. They've killed enough of them. Let's get them out and then get them the help they need.
Not another dime to Palestine. Not another dime until all these people are released.
Or Iran or anybody.
Exactly.
Not another dime to anyone in the Middle East.
Good grief.
Let them guys start putting some pressure on them too. No money to anybody over there until those hostages are released. Period.
I was willing to let them ride off in the sunset pretty quiet. We knew what all they were. We was trying to play the middle of the road. We were just glad that President Trump's coming in, and we're still glad. But these comments that they're making as they're riding out with the bank vault emptied out, and all this money and cash and everything else, and the crimes they committed, and then they're trying to play the victim and blame it on everybody else. No, I'm fired up, and I don't suspect I'm going to be too one-sided on this anymore. It just burns me up, Rob. Just burns me up. I can't wait for January 20th. I cannot wait. That's my Christmas present.
Yes.
Good grief.
It needs to be the right reaction, and I think he'll be one.
They'll try to money dump some more over in Ukraine. You know it's coming. You know he's going to try to do another big dump of money over there. There's stories out there. I want it all followed up on. A lot of this money came back and is in the pockets of people here that should have been on the ground there. He's saying that only 2 out of 10 brigades were equipped by us. He called us out. Are you kidding? All the things that we've done. I want an accounting, dude. I want to see the guy. I like the old style, when they got the little thing and you see them with their fingers and they're hitting the buttons and the tape is going and they're going, $100 million for this, $5 million for this, $50 million for this. What was this, Mr. Zelensky? $10 million that went in your bank account. I want an accounting on all that money. Where did it go? What did it buy? Yeah. It was supposed to also support their infrastructure. We were paying the salaries of their government. That's where a lot of this money went. You're right, Mr. Zelensky. It didn't get in the battlefield. It didn't equip your people. You know why? Because it was paying to keep the lights on in your communities. It was paying we were paying insurance premiums for some of these people. We were paying their salaries, Rob, in Ukraine. What, the soldiers in the field? We gave them weapons, but they probably didn't get what they needed because they were the higher-ups in their country, which is just as sorry as we've got. They can produce just as sorry as what we got, and they were pocketing the money. Where'd the money go? The soldiers in the field, I feel sorry for you. I do. Because I know what you're cannon fodder right now. You're stuck in a useless situation. All you're doing is sitting out there getting blown to bits. Every day the body bags are coming back on both sides of that war, and the country's been torn in shreds, at least the eastern and southern part. For what? For what? What is the end result of all of this? Why? We didn't have to be here. We did not have to be here. Those poor people. There's a lot of Christians and just good people stuck in the middle of this war zone. And for what? For these people? Come on. Enough is enough, Joe.
Yeah. And it's not just, you want to protect your trade routes. You want to protect your access to water. You want to protect all that stuff so your country can thrive.
Sure. And they still have some of that.
They still have some of that. You know, but the bottom line is, how heavily is Biden financially obligated to Ukraine? You
Well,
know,
I know Zelensky's always had his hand out every time he's come to America.
Always filled it up.
He's always filled it up.
So
Proud to do so, he said. He was proud to do it.
Yeah.
I think, I'm going to say this, Rob. I'm going to say it, and I don't care. You people can challenge me on it. I think he's prouder to help Ukrainians than he is to help Americans. I believe that, the Ukrainians. He is prouder. He might as well fly. And this is nothing against Ukrainian people. I love them. He is more proud of that country than he is his own country, the way he talks. It burns me up. Where's he at talking about Western North Carolina and all the other people and getting the help in there? It just makes me so mad.
You're going to try to get me fired up this morning.
Oh, man, I can't. I'm there, man. I'm sorry. I got that little red dot right up on my forehead.
Here's another interesting comment that came out this morning or last night. Well, yeah, last night at 8:22. This is, from Rudy Giuliani. There you go. It says Biden, who will not even meet with his granddaughter Navy.
That's true.
Son because he's a good father. He did so because, as his son admits on the hard drive, for 30 years Hunter has given half of the millions he's collected to the boss of the crime family, Joe Biden.
Yeah. That poor little girl, she is so pretty, so cute. The most heartbreaking thing I saw, remember the Christmas picture from last year and all the little stockings for all the grandkids?
There wasn't one.
Not one for her. Mm-mm. You know what? I don't care what you think about her mama. You know what? Yeah, you felt sorry for your son. He was addicted and all the things he were doing. Well, you know what? He got with someone else. You may not have liked her profession at the time, but that's who he got with. And out of that union, and sometimes as parents, we might not like the unions our kids have, but out of that union came a precious little girl who does not deserve one iota of the just ignoring her that you've done. This is your son produced a child, and this child is your grandchild just as much as any other child. Oh man, that one gets me. It hits me right in my heart. I've got any kid. I've got kids that I've just adopted in as grandkids because you know what? They said I don't have a grandpa. Mine's dead. Will you be my grandpa? You better believe it, baby. I'll be that for you. And they won't recognize one that your own son has produced. Come on, man. Oh, poor little Navy. Enough is enough. Dang right.
I'll tell you, someone else that I have a lot of respect for made an interesting comment too. This is Representative Jim Jordan. I like Jordan.
I like Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan's the man. Okay? Check this out. Democrats said there was nothing to our impeachment inquiry. Nothing to it, right? If that's the case, why did Joe Biden just issue Hunter Biden a pardon for the very things we were inquiring about?
Yeah. Nothing to see here. Oh, well, wait a minute. We need to protect our baby boy.
Yeah. He asked for more than a piece of dad blame bacon. I'll guarantee you that. You smacked your son's head getting in your bacon.
You dang Skippy, he did ask for more than that.
I mean, that's get out of my bacon. Get out of our bacon.
Oh, man. Oh.
Joe Biden would have been like, okay, there, we'll pardon you for that. You go ahead, you get that piece of bacon. We'll pardon you. Or been like, okay, Zelensky, I know you win a piece of bacon to win this war. Here, you go ahead and have one. There you go, baby boy. I wonder if he calls Zelensky baby boy.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know, but my mind goes a lot of places it probably shouldn't go as you asked that question. Thanks for planting that in my head this morning, Rob. Come on, I'm already fired up here. But I was thinking about this when you said that. You about spit I'm glad I didn't take a drink of coffee because I think I'd have spit it out. But then I was thinking, I hope that when President Trump gets into office, I hope that I want him to call Zelensky to Washington. I want him to require him to wear a suit. I don't want him to wear his little military garb that he comes to Washington in. He's so disrespectful to our nation. He comes in. I mean, it looks like the former Cuban dictator Fidel Castro coming in his military garb. Enough is enough. Let's make these little dictator dress up in a nice suit. Everybody else has got their suits on. Why is this little guy walking around with his little military garb on? You know what, Rob? He's a little soldier. He's a little guy. He's a runt. I'm sick of this guy. I am so sick of that guy.
Oh, dude, I'm fixing to blow your mind. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
He looks like a little chihuahua dressed up in an army uniform. He needs to be in some blonde chick's purse. Maybe Joe Biden. I don't know.
He's the little kid that talks tough, and then he looks back at the big brother America and Britain and says, "Please help me! Please help me! I can't keep the bully off of me. You talked a big game, big boy. Yeah. Come on, enough is enough."
Enough's enough. Okay, I got some more. Enough's enough. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
Fauci. Have you heard what's going on with that?
Which one? What is it?
They just issued a new report, new paper from Dr. Fauci. You know, the COVID extremist or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was criticizing Trump over his handling of the COVID-19. He also said, now this is off of Fox, but it was Fauci's words out of the book. Trump also gave credence to unproven and potentially dangerous substances for COVID-19 prevention and treatment, such as bleach injections, the anti-malarial hydroxychloroquine, chloroquine, and the anti-parasite drug ivermectin. Many of his hundreds of communications during COVID-19 pandemic were missed opportunities for political leadership in promoting policies and practices to mitigate the impact of a raging pandemic. This was Fauci's words. Okay, enough's enough. Shut the hell up, Fauci.
I'm tired of Fauci too. I'm sick of him.
A lot of the stuff that you said was wrong. It was false. You'll say anything just to save face. You are scum. Shut up. Enough is enough.
Yeah, enough is enough on him too. There's a boatload of him. He needs to be investigated as well.
Amen.
I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see one for him as well. Just some sort of coverage. It might not be a pardon. He's not been charged anything. They're going to try to shield him. You can best believe that. Yeah. I'm sure that'll happen. Yes, thank you, 1776, God and Country. Yes, he does need to. I appreciate your support of our comments this morning. Enough is enough, man. I'm fired up. You know what? You've thrown down the gauntlet. You've thrown down the gauntlet with those comments about your boy Hunter. You know what? Just issue your pardon and go on. But the comments is what's made me mad. His comments. I don't even. Of course, we know. I don't even know if Joe wrote that. I don't know who wrote that. But he's certainly representing that. Yeah, Hunter probably wrote it for himself. Honestly,
it doesn't matter.
I could just see him in the Oval Office with doing the high five or something. Thanks, pops.
Yeah.
I got. Thanks, big guy.
Oh! Here's another comment. This is from Chuck Grassley.
I like Chuck too.
Yes.
Chuck says it like it is.
I'm shocked. President Biden pardoned his son Hunter because he said many, many times he wouldn't, and I believed him. Shame on me. He didn't know to believe that. The man and I believed him. Shame on me. So shame on him. He believed him. That's just.
It's going to be a quote day. I'm going to tell you what, Rob. We need to pull a lot of this today. Mama said tonight. Mama said Mama's fired up too. The mamas of the U.S. are fired up too. Mama's got a lot to say about this tonight too. This is ridiculous.
There are some of these that I'm waiting to see and hear from. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see what Marjorie Taylor Greene says about this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I want to see what Nancy Pelosi says about this, and we need to put these up side by side.
Oh, yeah.
Or AOC and Marjorie Taylor Greene side by side and see what the differences is, because everybody's going to have their comments and their takes on this. I want to hear what the director of the FBI has to say about this, Christopher Wray. Isn't he still the director?
Well, everybody's still in place until they're replaced, until they steps down, until the administration changes over. They'll ride it out to the very end. Here you go, Rob. Here you go. Here's a couple you can check out today. I'll be at work. I'm going to be in meetings a lot, but I'm going to try to catch up after work. But when you, the White House press secretary, let's see what she has to say, which will be nothing. But then The View, I wonder if The View will weigh in on this, Hunter and his pardon. I urge you one. Let's get some quotes from The View today.
I will watch it.
We can watch the video wrap up. Somebody else will watch it and put it out there for you. They're going to weigh in. They
MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, and all.
Yeah, Morning Show, the whole group. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
This is a day I needed to be off for, but I must work because I'm a working American. Go out here and get things done. Rob's disabled, and he does a lot of digging for us sometimes when I'm at work. I appreciate all the work he does digging out some of the news for us. I appreciate that.
This is one of those times where normally at this point in time I go, I really don't give a flying flip what they say. But this may be like post-election day. The day after election day where I'm like, I want to see what they're saying.
Yeah. Bess, yes, we do, and we will. Be calm. We don't be sad. We have been extremely busy, and it's just not had time. I was on the road all day yesterday. I had church and was on the road all day. Was on the road for most of Friday. Saturday I worked and didn't get a chance to respond, but we will. Please be patient. We're not getting the 10% from big guy. We're out here trying to scratch and claw as Americans and get through a day. So, and I'm working today. So as soon as this program's over, I'm headed off to work, but we'll get to you. We will respond.
All right. Well,
here we go. Let's get this quote out real quick. Appreciate you.
You're getting photo bombed. Oh my goodness. I mean photo bombed. Good morning, Kaylee. I see.
There you go. Let's put that on screen. Hey, there's granddaughter. She was away for a few days. There you go.
She's gonna lie again. That's all she does. Her eyelids are gonna lie today. When she lies, she flaps them hard enough where she get about 6 inches off the ground.
We appreciate you listening from Instagram. It shows Facebook, but we have to cross your chat over to our channel. So that's just the way it works. Instagram. We need them to get on board.
1777. We go ahead and
Lord. You found it.
I can tell you the other way she's lying when her mouth's open.
No doubt. There's no doubt.
Oh, look. You've heard of Elf on a Shelf?
Elf on a Dave.
Dave and a cave.
This is my posse.
Okay.
They're ready to go to school. They're all excited. It's the first day back after the holiday. Oh, that drove them away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I just reminded them of some news they didn't want to hear.
You go back to school.
Did she just tell you to go back to school?
She said, go back to school and see how it feels. I just made them all sad.
Oh.
Well, I know how it feels. I did go back to school.
Out again?
Go back today. Want to switch lives?
No, we're not switching today.
Girl, you just don't know what you're wishing for.
I know. They wish you to grow up.
School knowing what we know now. We would love for you to jump into our shoes right now. Oh my God.
They think they want to grow up, don't they?
Yeah, then they're gonna be like, did you finish your work from last night? No, I didn't finish my homework. You don't get a 0 or an F for that. You're fired. Get out
Yeah.
of here.
And you gotta go out and make money and stretch your dollars in Joe Biden's America right now. Yeah.
Enough is
Yeah.
enough.
Enjoy school. Although there's problems in the schools, and we know that too. Good Lord.
Hey, how's that like
Do what?
Walker County?
That's not. Well, it's at tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
Yeah, Tuesday. Tomorrow. Maybe Travis will join us now. I hadn't talked to him. We'll try to reach out today and see if we get him in. But that'll come. Yeah, all the early voting is all in. They shut down early for that. The holiday was coming. So, and all the, I think was a deadline for the absentee ballots. I don't know. I think that's probably deadlines. They all got to be in. And today or tomorrow, excuse me, will be election day for that runoff and that school board district. Thanks for bringing that up. Pray for him today and into tomorrow. The numbers are very small, so it's we'll just have to see how that. I've been seeing his signs everywhere. He's been doing a good job getting his name out there and all that. So,
did you watch the debate?
I don't know that happened yet. I think it's tonight. I didn't see it. I went in that night. It wasn't on, so I may have had the date wrong. That may be actually tonight. I'm going to try to verify all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe I did miss it, but I didn't see it. I wanted to see it. But if it's happened, it's out there. I think though it has. I think it's tonight because I think we got mixed up on the days or whatever. But maybe we can get him to come in for a few moments before he goes. If it is tonight, if it happened already, I haven't seen it. So
right. All right. Well, it's a little after 7. Hey, y'all have a great Monday. Come back in here tonight. We still gonna be fired up. We're gonna air some stuff out tonight. We're gonna go over some comments from today and enough is enough already.
Enough is enough.
Yeah, come on, man. Y'all have a great day. God bless you. We love you. Salute. Don't forget Coolville, Ohio.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to live in Coolville.
I bet they are cool. Cool people and cool temperatures.
Yes. All right. So, love you. Y'all like, follow, and subscribe, and we will see you tonight.
Absolutely.
All right. Salute.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show.